I'm about to show you one of the biggest secrets in history, and it was hidden in the middle of a desert. Picture this. It's the 1950s, and this gigantic building just starts appearing out of nowhere in the Israeli desert. So, spy planes fly over. The US asks, "What is that thing?" And Israel just says, "Oh, that? It's a textile factory." Spoiler. It was not a textile factory. Not even close. This secret would literally change everything in the Middle East. This is the Dimona nuclear site. And today, we are counting down 10 insane facts about it that you were never meant to see. Kicking it off at number 10. The only reason this place even exists is because of some next-level international spying. Israel and France made a super-secret deal to build this thing, and it was so secret. Most of Israel's own government didn't even know. To hide what they were doing, they literally labeled a nuclear reactor tank as plumbing for a water plant in South America. Hundreds of French scientists moved their entire families into the desert, creating a little France just to work on this totally normal project. It's crazy. Coming in at number 9 is Israel's official 60-year-long policy of basically saying nothing. They just don't talk about it. For 60 years, Israel has never once said, "Yes, we have nukes," or "No, we don't." Their official line is this super clever sentence: Israel will not be the first country to introduce nuclear weapons to the Middle East. Think about that for a second. This lets them scare their enemies without getting hit with the sanctions that come from admitting you have nukes. It's genius. This is why they've never signed the big nuclear treaty, and it's why no international inspectors have ever been inside Dimona. At number 8, the only reason we know anything about what's actually inside Dimona is because this one guy risked his entire life. His name was Mordecai Vanunu. He worked there for nearly a decade and he could not believe what they were building. So in 1986, he secretly took dozens of photos inside the plant and leaked them to a newspaper. This was huge. But this did not end well for him. He was tricked into going to Italy by a secret agent, kidnapped, and smuggled back to Israel. He was then sentenced to 18 years in prison and spent over 11 of those years completely alone in solitary confinement. That is insane. Number 7 is wild. So publicly, Israel told everyone the reactor was just a small 26-megawatt research tool. Basically, a science project. But the photos Vanunu leaked proved they were lying. The reactor was actually running at 150 megawatts. That is a crazy jump in power, and it means they could make way more plutonium for way more bombs. It gets even crazier at number 6. Vanunu said they weren't just making regular old atomic bombs. They were also making super advanced stuff like lithium-6 and tritium. And why does that matter? Because that's what you need to build hydrogen bombs. We're talking thermonuclear weapons. This wasn't some starter pack nuclear program. They were going for the most powerful bombs in the world, putting them in an elite club with only a few other countries. All right, number 5. This is the big one. How many bombs do they actually have? Officially, Israel says they have 0, a big, fat 0. But experts estimate they have anywhere from 90 to 400 nuclear warheads. That is a massive number. That makes them the only nuclear power in the Middle East, and their biggest estimates mean they have as many nukes as the entire United Kingdom. I can't even comprehend that. At number 4, we have the most insane deception I have ever heard of. Back in the 60s, the US pressured Israel to let them inspect the plant to prove it was peaceful. So Israel finally said, "Okay, fine, you can come look." But the whole thing was a trick. They knew when the inspectors were coming, so they literally built fake walls and sealed off elevators to hide entire floors of the building. They hid the most secret parts of the facility right in front of the inspectors. Number 3 is how they protect this place, and it is absolutely bonkers. The sky over Dimona is a 100% no-fly zone. I am not kidding. Get this. In 1967, one of Israel's own fighter jets was damaged and accidentally flew over Dimona. So what did they do? They shot down their own plane. And it gets crazier. In 1973, a civilian passenger plane flew off course and got close to the site. And they shot that down too. That's how serious they are. For our number 2 spot, this place isn't some old museum. They are building new stuff right now. Recent satellite photos show a massive construction project. They have dug a hole the size of a football field, and it's multiple stories deep, right next to the main reactor. And nobody knows what it's for. Are they upgrading the old reactor? Or are they building something brand new to make even more plutonium? We don't know. And the number 1 most mind-blowing fact is when Israel used this secret facility to send a public threat to the entire world. In 2018, the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, literally stood at Dimona, looked into the cameras, and said this to his enemies. Those who threaten to wipe us out put themselves in a similar danger. He basically said, if you try to destroy us, we will destroy you. That is the ultimate power move of a strong leader. So, from a fake textile factory to a real-life symbol of insane power, Dimona is one of the craziest and most secret places on the planet. Which of these facts blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos uncovering the world's biggest secrets, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one.